I've been meaning to do a video on a couple things that I want to touch on for a while now, but I wanted to make sure that I had everything in my head sorted out, and I'm sure that I don't. You know, who does? And that's one of the things that I want to talk about. There are actually 3 things that I want to mention, and I did actually have to write it down on my little note thing because I have a tendency to, like I said before, I just wander off. You know, my train of thought goes and I wander off into other things, and then when it's all done and said, I'm like, crap, I forgot to say what I really wanted to say. So the first thing I want to ask you guys is something that I have been experiencing for the past couple months, and it has to do with memory. Now, I've been thinking to myself, you know, remembering back to when I was a kid, you know, even memories of a couple years ago, memories of, you know, when my kids were growing up and stuff like that. And all of the memories that I have, they're just the same exact memories. And I wasn't even thinking about, I thought this was just me until I started hearing a lot of other people in groups and in videos talking about the same thing. Is it feels like memories are like a photo. Basically just a photograph. You look at it and you know you remember it, and you can tell, you know, you associate it with a happy time or something like that. But to me at least it feels like it's, and like other people have used the same analogy or description, that it's like watching a movie or a TV show or just looking at snapshots, that they don't feel exactly real. You know, and I've been doing this even more the past couple weeks, trying to see, you know, like I'll grab a memory, the same memories that I'm always grabbing, because I can't seem to remember anything else, just certain memories. And I have been dissecting those memories, trying to see if there's something else that I've missed, you know, like, oh yeah, that's right, and that happened too, or, oh, that's right, that person was there, I forgot that person was there, type of thing. And I can't. It's the same exact blocks of memory. The same, it's just like a recording. Does that make any sense? I hope. You know, and like I said, I wasn't going to bring that up because I thought maybe it was just me, you know. I'm getting old and maybe I'm just forgetting things. But it just really doesn't seem like that. And the spaces in between these different memories, like snapshots or snippets of a movie, the space in between does not, it's like blank. I hope I'm making sense. The stuff always makes perfect sense in my head, and then once I try to verbalize it, I either sound completely crazy or just totally nonsensical. So, I mean, I'm curious. Leave me some comments down below and let me know, are you guys experiencing, or have you been experiencing the same type of thing, you know, with your memories? And it's sort of, another way to describe it is it's sort of like a detachment or a disassociation with it, you know, where it's like you see that memory and you remember it, and you feel happy thinking about it because it's a happy time, or you feel sad thinking about it because it's a sad time, but it really doesn't feel completely genuine. So anyways, comment down below if you guys are experiencing that same thing. And another thing I wanted to touch on, because I think it's really important, is people seem to be stuck on the Mandela Effect. Stuck in a way where that's all that they can see. It's some people are, in my opinion, could be wrong, I don't have proof, I'm going on my gut, are exploiting it and feeding on people's need to find more Mandela effects and their anxieties or questions. You know, some people, and I'm talking, you know, like on videos or in groups, and I'm not going to name any names because I'm just going on my gut. But, you know, some people claim to have the answers, which, I'm sorry, but that pisses me off. That just really pisses me off, because in all my videos, I mean, I've put out theories after theory after theory, and I always say, I don't know. You know, this is just what's going through my mind at that moment. And I throw it out there just so I can get feedback and we can talk, you know, talk. But some people have this tendency to pretty much say, this is how it is. And how can anybody do that? How can anybody say, this is how it is? Unless you actually created the Mandela Effect, you don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. Nobody has a clue. You know, I think our job is to just sort of figure this out and work together. It's not helpful to act like you have the answers, and then people come to you because they're looking for answers. And I'm sorry, I'm preaching now. I'll stop. I think you guys get the point, and a lot of you probably have seen that type of behavior out there. And then the other thing, part of that, is people, in my opinion, I feel like the Mandela Effect was more like, you know, the alarm clock going off. You know, a wake-up call. A way to get people to be like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then to move on from there. At least that's what's been working for me. You get stuck in that, which a lot of people are. You get stuck in that, then what's the point? And you're just like in this sort of fear bubble, and you're constantly looking around, and you're even like pointing at things, and some people do this, and it makes me feel so bad for them because they're stuck. But they'll keep looking at this and looking at that, and they'll almost be trying to create changes, you know, like, is this the same? Is this the same? Is that the same? I think that what we all need to realize is that it was a wake-up call, and we need to now move on from that and see, okay, why are we being woken up? Why the alarm? Why now? Why us? And move on. I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a negative thing. Personally, for me, you know, once I got past the initial shock, and it just experiencing it, the whole idea that life is not what we thought it was and what we were told it was. Once I got past that, for me, it's been very, very positive in my life. So I think that's a major part for a lot of you that either are just discovering this. Then my tip to you is, don't just hold on to the changes. You know, check them out, because it's once you get used to it, it's kind of fun to like, oh, this is different and this is different, but don't get stuck on it. Try and figure out okay, why am I being woken up? What am I supposed to do next? And for people that have been in this for a long time and you just keep doing that, try to just let that part go and step away from that. Because I seriously feel like that was just an alarm clock. And it went off to trigger us, and now what do? We have to figure out what's next. I think it's positive, I really do. And then there was just one more thing I was going to bring up. I'm sure you guys have heard by now, some of you might not have, but that they're making a movie called, called The Mandela Effect. It's a sci-fi thriller psychological thing. And your first reaction might be, oh, that's cool, you know, mainstream media is picking this up, awesome. I wrote down a quote from the article. I'll post in the description below a link to the article talking about the movie for those of you that aren't familiar. But basically their description of it is a large groups of people remembering something that never happened. I'm sure you can guess where it's probably going to go. You know, probably going to show a person who goes slightly crazy, who feels like they're losing their mind, and it's probably gonna, you know, be showing how you're misremembering, and that there is that there, like, it's a phenomenon. People get caught up, and maybe you and somebody in some other some group or something had even, you know, made the comment of, yeah, and then, you know, then get medicated. Another mental illness that they can label, you know, so we can get medicated for our Mandela Effect delusions or something. But I don't, what I'm basically getting at is I don't see this as a good thing. Not at all. Not one bit. Because people that have not experienced the Mandela Effect, that watch the movie, will think that others are then therefore crazy. And people that have watched the movie and then afterwards they start to experience the Mandela Effect, they're basically just going to be like, oh, that's right, I saw this in the movie. I don't need to worry about it because it's just that weird thing, and move on. Now, to me, like I said, I feel like this has been a wake-up call, the alarm clock going off, and there's positive after this that we're supposed to do, or supposed to happen, or create, however you want to put it. And if it ends up being labeled, you know, a mental illness or just like a mass delusion type of thing, that's just slamming the door on all those great possibilities that I feel this could go to. Does that make sense? So anyways, I just wanted to touch on those few things. I know I haven't made a video in, I think, like a month. So I'll let you guys know I'm still here. I just, you know, a lot of times I don't want to make a video. I don't want to talk about things, you know, unless I have it really clear in my head. I don't want to have things come out wrong to lead anybody astray or give them the wrong impression or not necessarily know what I'm freaking talking about. I think I got this all out there okay for this one. So anyways, it's another beautiful day, although I'm kind of blind because I'm facing the sun, so maybe you guys can see me. Anyways, on that note, I hope that y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.